Thank you and enjoy the concert.
Thank you, Mr. Klein, and thank you everybody for being here tonight. We have a wonderful music program to present to you tonight, and we're happy that you're here to share this experience with the students. As you can see in the program, we have multiple ensembles that are going to be playing. We're not going to have a formal intermission, but there will be a transition time, about 5 or 6 minutes between each group. So you're welcome to exit the hall. The OPG is selling some refreshments back there. They also have a raffle tonight. First place is going to be 50-50. And then second and third place will be a cheesecake from Madalina's to kind of kick off our fundraiser that we're starting this week. And for the parents, you're going to receive all that information on email, order forms, and all that good stuff. So again, enjoy the evening, and we'll start with our first piece.
Joy by Frank Ticelli. Frank Ticelli is currently a professor of composition at the University of Southern California. He's recognized as one of the premier composers of wind band music today, with compositions ranging from the elementary to professional level. The composer writes the following notes about our first piece. Above all, joy is an expression of its namesake, a simple, unabashed joy. A boisterous, uninhibited quality is implied in the music, not only at climatic moments, but also by the frequent presence of sudden and dramatic stylistic contrasts.
Aswin's Dance by Samuel Hazo. Samuel Hazo, the recipient of the National Band Association's Biennial Composition Award, has written for professional, university, and public school levels in addition to composing original scores for television, radio, and the stage. Mr. Hazo writes the following program note for Aswin's Dance. I can still hear my college sight singing professor telling us in his thick Hungarian accent, repetition is the mother of knowledge. For every bit of truth this statement holds, it is equally true that repetition is the natural enemy of 13 to 15-year-olds. Their motto more resembles, I did it great once, therefore greatness must flow from me. So, in trying to compose a piece that painfully focuses on syncopation, I knew that repetition has to be present, but disguised so that the musical needs of the piece dictated how many times a syncopated pattern would reoccur. I believe that balance exists in Aswin's Dance.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to mention one of our students couldn't be here unexpectedly today. He was going to read the last program note, and he was also plays percussion. And so he had some really important parts, and got the email this morning that he wasn't going to be able to be here. So I quickly notified one of our senior percussionists, Eric Tiber. So Eric... Eric was very excited to perform with the ninth graders today, and he did it with no rehearsal. I gave him the music third block. I said, go home and listen to it, and he did, and he nailed it tonight. So thank you very much, Eric.
Minecraft Suite from Volume Alpha by Daniel Rainsford and arranged by Ralph Ford. Originally developed as a sandbox game that allows the players to construct objects, cities, and world out of textured cubes, Minecraft has become one of the most played video games ever, with sales of over 200 million copies across all technology platforms since its release in 2011. Its brilliance lies in the fact that players have no specific goals and are free to choose how to play the game. This arrangement of its melodies was compiled from selected music released with the volume version of this epic game.
So the first piece we'll be playing is Walking Tune by Percy Grainger, arranged by Robert Sheldon. Grainger composed this lovely melody in 1900 at the age of 18 while hiking in the Scottish Highlands. Although a 1904 setting he created for woodwind quintet exists, his 1940 concert band arrangement was never published. This arrangement uses the main thematic material along with a combination of harmonies found in both the woodwind quintet and a solo piano version.
Abracadabra by Frank Ticelli. Notes from the composer. This piece is dedicated to my son and is once playful and serious, innocent and mischievous. A sense of mystery pervades as the dark key of G minor is bound by sudden shifts to bright and sunny major keys. Throughout the composition, I was thinking about magic, not in an evil or friendly sense, but as a source of fun and fantasy. My wonderfully playful, sometimes mischievous young son was always in the back of my mind, as were images of Halloween with his costumes and jack-o'-lanterns. As the piece nears its conclusion, the music rushes towards what seems to be an explosive finish. But the woodwinds interrupt, fanning out to a questioning whole-tone cluster. They're answered by a puff of sound and a final disappearing act.
Pulsation by Richard Saucedo. Written entirely in one tempo, the meter alternates between 4/4 and 6/8 throughout, creating an ingenious effect of pulsating motion along with layers and textures of sounds. Starting with a solistic dialogue between flute and clarinet, the work progresses to thicker sonorities and thrilling percussive effects, including clapping and shouting.
Drums of Moria was originally written for two toms and appeared in Nathan Daughtry's collection of duets called Duology. This piece has been expanded for a full percussion ensemble and now appears in publisher C. Allen's Ignite series. The composer was inspired by the barbaric drums described in J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. The piece employs a variety of drums of varying sizes, plus mallet percussion and other instruments to evoke a range of dark images and moods. Nathan Daughtry has been active as a composer and performer for over 20 years. As a performer, he specializes in mallet percussion. He served as adjunct professor of percussion and composition at High Point University, and now serves as editor and president of C. Allen Publications. Thanks to Sophia Nayez for playing mallets on this piece. Asante is Swahili for thank you. Asante features syncopated rhythms and a variety of melodic timbres accompanied by a traditional African rhythm section. The composer, Brandon Ditchin, is a music educator, percussionist, and composer. He has performed and presented clinics throughout the United States and Europe. He earned a bachelor's degree in music education from Moorhead State University and a Master of Arts in Education from the University of the Cumberlands. Brandon has taught music in Kentucky public schools at the elementary, middle, and high school levels. Thanks to Sophia Nayez for again joining our percussion ensemble on this piece.
Next up, we have Hey Jude, arranged by Robert Longfield. The Beatles, an English rock band led by songwriters John Lennon and Paul McCartney, are regarded as the most influential band of all time. Recorded in 1968, this classic pop anthem has remained an iconic song of the Beatles year after year. This arrangement captures the simplistic yet powerful feel of the original.
The first piece we will be performing for you tonight is called Sundance, composed by Frank Ticelli. The following I'll read to you are some notes from the composer. While composing Sundance, I was consciously attempting to evoke a feeling of bright joy. After completing the work, I found that the music began to suggest a more concrete image, a town, festival on a warm, sun-washed day. I imagined people gathered in the park, some in small groups, some walking hand in hand, others dancing to the music played by a small band under a red gazebo. Throughout the composition process, I carefully balanced the song-like and dance-like components of Bright Joy. Please enjoy our performance.
sucks. Anyway. Okay. The next piece we'll be playing is October by Eric Whitacre. Eric Whitacre is one of the bright stars in contemporary concert music. He has many composition credits, including his work in the hit movie Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, where he composed the music to the mermaid scene, and he has been recognized with several awards, including a recent Grammy nomination. So here's some notes from the composer. October is my favorite month. Something about the crisp autumn air and the subtle change in light always makes me a little sentimental. As I start to sketch, I felt that same quiet beauty in this writing. The simple, serene melodies and contemporary harmonies are inspired by the great English romantics, Vaughan Williams and Elgar. As I felt this style was perfectly suited to capture the natural and pastoral soul of the season.
Themes from Green Bushes was written by Percy Granger in London and Denmark between November of 1905 and September of 1906. The original setting was written for a small group of wind and string instruments. The Green Bushes melody was well known in the time period, and Granger incorporated 10 different variations of it into his work. The wind band setting that you will hear tonight was orchestrated by Larry Dane, who writes, quote, "With this publication, I hope to bring light to one of Granger's many attractive, though neglected compositions." You see, Granger wrote more than 600 compositions, and although he did achieve great acclaim, it saddened him that many of his works were seldom heard. He wrote, quote, "The bulk of these works were not alive, for music that is not heard is not alive." We are happy to bring his music alive in our performance tonight. Thank you.
Cowabunga Rock was commissioned in 2019 for the Hawaii Youth Percussion Ensemble by student Caden Hong of Honolulu, a nod to surf music made popular throughout Hawaii and Southern California in the 1960s. Cowabunga Rock is written for 6 percussionists. This work provides developing performers the opportunity to play mallets and drums alike. Composer Brandon Ditjen maintains a steady schedule as a composer and arranger specializing in music for band and percussion ensemble. He has received numerous commissions, and his compositions have been featured at several state and national festivals.
Celestial Seas by Julie Giroux. Celestial Seas is a musical story covering the next 5 billion years as it pertains to our galaxy, the Milky Way, and its eventual collision with the Andromeda Galaxy, which is currently approximately 2.5 million light years away from the Milky Way. By mathematically fast-forwarding time, scientists also agree that none of the planets will collide with each other since they are all spread so far apart. Such distances are hard to imagine. The actual size of planets, measurements in light years, and time passing not by thousands of years but by billions is difficult for the mind to grasp. Our sun is 1,287,000 times larger than Earth. It takes more than 1 million Earths in mass to equal that of the sun. In relation to time and size, we as humans become so very small and insignificant, like a grain of sand on a beach that is on a grain of sand on an even larger beach, 1 million times over, which is still too significant a representation of a human. 5 billion years from now, as the collision starts, there will be no humans on Earth to see the extraordinary light show that will go on for thousands of years, because our sun will be so much stronger than on its nova journey that the surface of the Earth will be burned to a crisp. Some scientists think Mars may be far enough away. I look at it like this. All we have to do is a little planet hopping over the next 4 billion years. We won't have to travel too terribly far to find a new home, because our entire galaxy is going to pay us a visit.
Okay, as we're transitioning, I'd like to, first of all, welcome the OPG in to do the raffle, and we'll take care of business as we're going. Helly Mae?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being so supportive of our organization. We exist to help your students have a wonderful experience, and I want to say that you band parents really rock, because we made more money this week than we did last week. But seriously, we have 3 winners tonight. For the 50-50, we pulled 3 tickets. The first is for 50-50 for $124, and the winning number is 993-8026. So check your tickets, and if we have a winner, you can meet us out in the corridor after the last piece. So 8026 is the winning number. And then for Madalena's Cheesecake, this is to start off our next fundraiser for Madalena's Cheesecake. Do we have a winner down there? 993791. 7921 is the last 4 digits. And for the second cheesecake is 9937339. So hopefully we have some winners in the audience. Meet us out in the corridor after the end of the concert. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, so just a couple thank yous and some notes before we go. First of all, I wanted to introduce, we have a student teacher this year from the College of New Jersey. Ms. Hutchinson is a French horn player, where she's principal player in their wind ensemble. Fine player. We're lucky to have her. So can you please stand up, Ms. Hutchinson? We'd like to welcome her. And she'll be conducting on the next concert, so that'll be exciting. And again, just a quick thank you to, first of all, the people I work with, Mr. McGallio, Mr. Stevenson. Yeah. Great people, great teachers. I'm lucky to be able to work with them. And then to the students, just a big thank you. You know, tonight, what you heard tonight is a lot of work, tremendous effort by the students, not only individually on the technical passages they had to learn, all the notes, all the rhythms, that's a lot of individual work, and all the musical growth, of course, that's required to play as musically as they did tonight. Along the way, the students learned all about the composers, the compositions. We had discussions on how we're going to develop and capture the essence of the music. They've met all those challenges. They've worked together. They work as teams. They accepted the responsibilities, so we play together as a group. And I just appreciate you and thank you for your efforts. And there's not much more I can say. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
The final piece we are playing tonight is entitled The Stars and Stripes Forever, composed by John Philip Sousa. The name John Philip Sousa is synonymous with band music in America. He seemed to instinctively know how to compose for band instruments. His style, full of bouncing rhythms, brilliant orchestration, and catchy tunes, earned for him the name the March King. The Stars and Stripes Forever, Sousa's most popular march, became the official march of the United States.